Hello, tubers, and welcome back to my channel. This is the Mermaid Hop, and here is today's card. I'm going to say that this little bunny right here is Harley Mer Bunny. This is another set by Rabbit Hole Designs, and this is Wow Embossing Powder in the color Whirlpool. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? It's embossing glitter. You can't really see it on the video, but it's very pretty in person. You can definitely read it. It says Mermaid Wishes. So I don't know if it's Harley Mer Bunny or if it's just another bunny who says that he wants to be a mermaid. So today we're going to talk about making this background with texture medium. So I made this one with a matte texture medium from Ranger, but today we're going to do a different one in gloss texture medium. And I'm going to show you how to do that, which is what I promised yesterday. So we're not going to use the same stencil. We're going to use a different stencil. We're going to use this stencil by Rabbit Hole Designs, which I tried to find the name of, but it is not on their website anymore because they're sold out. It is RHD -025S, and it is not on their stencil anywhere. Rabbit Hole, you really need to put the name of your stencil on your stencil. Dang it. Yes, you do. Why don't you do that, Marianne? So, you need some sort of cleaning mat because we're going to make a mess. We're going to make a mess. So this is my Fiskars mat. That spot is what happens when you don't clean Distress Oxides off your mat right away. Yeah, it was purple, which is now pink permanently. You need some watercolor paper because we're going to use goo. And goo is water-based, so you need some kind of water-based stuff so that you can actually, it'll stand up to the goo. Okay, so any kind of watercolor paper that you've got will work. The whiter paper is Bristol Smooth, and the less white paper is the Canson watercolor paper that I have. The Canson stuff is actually heavier than Bristol Smooth. I like Bristol Smooth for coloring on with my watercolor markers. I was going to use the white, and then I decided to use the Canson because the card, we're making this card base for the card for tomorrow, but and I don't want it to be white, so there you have it right there. Yeah. So I'm going to put this down. And now I'm going to get my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. I have two of these. So you all know I'm a cheap chicken, but I have the small one. I have the big one. This is something you should spend money on because it's great. It means you can recycle things. It's great. The only bad thing about the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station is it's very hard to clean things off of. So you really need the silicone mat to put on top of it. But the magnets work right through the silicone mat. But other than that, it's phenomenal. It really is. You can just hold things down, stencils down. It works really well. So yeah, I do it all the time. It's great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little palette knife. Doesn't matter if it's metal or plastic. I have sets of both, so I use what I have to hand. So here's an interesting thing you need to know. Use your goo because all goo dries out. And as you can see, the goo that I am trying to use today is a little dried out. It's a little rubbery, but all goo is water-based. So the interesting thing about goo is that since it's water-based, you can reconstitute it. Okay, it doesn't matter how well you tighten that jar lid, it's gonna dry out over time. So what you can do is either in the jar or in the on your mat, you add some water to it, squish it around, and it'll become paste again. It just will. That's one of the things they don't tell you. You can do it with Nuvo embossing medium embossing mousse. You can do it with just about any texture paste because you can do it with glitter paste. You can do it with just about anything because it's all water based. You can't do it with StazOn ink. You can't because that's solvent based. But most of the texture pastes are water based. So if you add a little water, obviously if it's completely dried up, it's not going to work. But you can do this. If you just keep adding water, let it absorb a little bit. It's kind of like making dough. Or, you just keep doing it. As you can see, the more I work it, the more I've got paste. Okay, and after the video I just added water to the jar and just kept going, you know and you just keep squishing. But this is why you want to use your paste. You waste less money the more you use. It is not there to look pretty. It's not something you should hoard. So the other thing you're going to need for this technique is you're going to need your reinkers. For this one I used Simon Hurley's Tropical Tango Reinker and Remember Me because I'm going for a blue-green. So I'm putting a couple of drops of each into the goo. Okay, the Ranger Matte Medium, texture medium. So this is transparent gloss. So there you are. It's Tropical Tango and Remember Me. So this is one of those things, one of the reasons why you buy your reinkers. Okay, they're not just for doing your pads. You can do all kinds of things. And you don't need a lot of paste colors. What you need is white and you need clear. This one happens to be clear. I know they sell them in lots of pretty colors. But I'm a cheap chicken. You know what? If you've got a lot of reinkers, you don't need a lot of colors of paste. What you need is white and clear. Maybe black, because black is hard to make. Even with a reinker, black is hard to make because it always comes out gray. So I buy black. I buy black, white, and the metallics because they're also just fun and sparkly. And unicorn paste. Buy unicorn paste from Finnabar because that's the coolest. Okay, so here we are, and now you need some scrapers. And this also proves I'm a cheap chicken. So this whole set of these scrapers comes from Bondo, which is an auto parts company, and it's technically for putting stuff on a car, but this whole set costs like $2.37 at Walmart, which is way cheaper than just about any scraper found in any craft company unless they're willing to give you one free. Now, if you really want to get one that is got a brand name on it, fine, but I like $2.37. You have to look in the auto parts department. That's where I found it. So then you put your goo at the top of your stencil. There you go. Move your magnets because once the goo is down, it'll stick. And then you smear. You smear. You will become a sommelier, however you say that ad. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fun? Oh, I had a piece of goo in there. Oh, it was a little piece of paper that was, I guess, in the jar. I don't know what was going on, but it was interfering with my schmear. It was. Once the schmear is started, the stencil will stay in place because smearing. Yes. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a pretty color? Ooh. So the cool thing about white too and all your inkers is you can make your own colors. Look at that. Ooh. Ah. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that is so pretty. So this is actually the background for tomorrow's card. Isn't that cool? Ooh. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it a lot. That's cool. So you can see it's sort of curling up a little bit, and that's the moisture of the paper, but when it dries, it'll dry flat. So, so one of the other things is you can't save this goo. You really can't. I've tried. Take my word for it. You can't save this goo. So I just decided I'm going to try another one on white. There we go. Ooh, it's so pretty. Yeah, so you might as well have enough paper when you're doing this. You know, you only want to make enough goo for what you're going to do it for. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so messy, but it's so much fun. Yes, it is. It really is. Uh, I I don't like getting messy, but I love doing this because it's just like so cool, you know, and then you have the reveal. Yeah, I'm trying to get away from perfection, but it's kind of hard because, you know, I really, you can tell by my hand, like my right hand is like, I don't want it to be messy. Hey, yeah, I don't like being sticky. I don't eat Doritos because they get all over me. Yeah. Ooh, there you go. Oh, so pretty. I got some stuff on there from the last time I did it, but you know what? If it were perfect, it'd be from Hallmark. So it's not from Hallmark, and don't throw it away because you know what? If you can always put something where the spots are. That's what I have discovered in card making. So there you have it. You can see that the Bristol Smooth is curling more because it's not as heavy weight as the Canson watercolor paper, but it still looks lovely. Isn't that cool? So there you have it. Those are our backgrounds for the first two for this, and it's I really encourage you to try this. Also put those in water as soon as you can because if you don't, it's going to stay there forever. And so it'll dry like this, different color. Obviously it'll dry that color. So give it a try. Remember, hashtag mermaids are real. Go visit all the other people on the hop because it's fun. And I'll see you later. Okay? Bye.